Hi, and welcome to an episode of the JetRails podcast. I'm Robert Rand, your host for the day. I have a couple of great guests joining me to talk about the journey to entering the Magento Marketplace. And so we're going to be looking at your opportunity as a company that may have developed an extension or has an interest in developing an extension, or you've had something built that maybe you didn't think about bringing forward for mass adoption, but that could really help others. And what that process looks like. So I've got with me both Brandon from the Clyde team and Dan from the Xumulus team. Brandon, would you start us off with a quick intro?
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much for having us here. Excited to be on the podcast. My name is Brandon. I'm one of the founders and the CEO of Clyde. Clyde connects businesses with insurance companies and enables those businesses, those retailers, to be able to instantly launch top-tier extended warranty programs with the best insurance companies in the world, using the best technology and the most successful results from that program.
And Dan?
Yes. Right. So I'm Dan Kozlowski. I'm with Xumulus, and we build extensions in the Magento Marketplace. And we also are an agency who does full stack Magento deployments and other e-commerce products as well. And so that's who we are.
Yeah, and Dan, I know that you do some great work with some mutual clients with us here at JetRails. So, always great to collaborate with you. The team all say hi. Why don't we dive right in and talk a little bit about the particular opportunity that brought you folks together. And so, Brandon, I'll pass it over to you. What got you interested in engaging with the Magento ecosystem over at Clyde?
Yeah, so for us, it was a no-brainer that we would be heading over to Magento after we launched on Shopify. So we launched the product initially on Shopify because of the API over there, and wanted to very quickly launch on Magento, specifically Magento 2, because it's right in our target market. So it's the right types of businesses doing between 2 and 150 to 200 million in revenue, that understand technology, potentially have integrated with something like a firm as well. And a lot of those retailers are on Magento. So making it as easy as possible for them to get up and running with Clyde was imperative for us.
It's interesting. And obviously, Magento 1 is coming toward its end of life. There's still a lot of adoption there, but we know that folks like yourselves that are innovating, they're going to Magento 2. Hopefully that means that as more of them make that leap from 1 to 2 over the next year or so that they have left before end of life of Magento 1, that gives more and more people that are looking at the options that they have, like now Clyde, to add to their new M2 stores. So I think the timing's pretty good.
Yeah, and we've been fooling around with the idea of expanding it to Magento 1, and it's something that is pretty easy to do. We're just waiting for the right partner to do so, but focusing initially on that M2 ecosystem.
Yeah. And once the decision was made to build a Magento 2 extension, what was the research process like? What did it take to really get this show on the road of getting into the Magento marketplace?
Yeah, so Magento is just such a beast that we really didn't know that much about. We knew it was obviously in our target market, but it's in a different language than what our API is built on. So, it made sense for us to look for someone that was proficient on the platform, that had experience building extensions. So that's actually how we ended up connecting with Dan and with Xumulus. We found Dan as an extension on the marketplace with a warranty extension, and we saw sort of like a natural transition from that to our platform. So that's how we ended up researching it kind of by accident, falling on in with Dan by accident.
Yeah. So Dan, what's your experience been? Obviously, so you had at least this one extension up in the marketplace.
Yeah.
What did that extension do, and what, what's it been like, going from that into this more unique extension to connect over to the Clyde
Yeah,
system?
yeah, it's been great actually. We have a couple extensions in the marketplace. The process of getting them through the marketplace is pretty extensive. You have lots of testing and QA and all kinds of things that Magento will do. And I remember the email well from Brandon. It was kind of just like a perfect fit because we actually had a module that did the same thing. And this version of the module did it a lot all in Magento, right? So the task was over the months of doing this was to pull this out and put it into more of a SaaS platform, which is Clyde, which gives you that sort of ability to have that platform that really, really drives it from their central application. So the process was really sort of almost taking this extension and sort of turning it into a Clyde really specific extension. And it was very, very eye-opening. There's a lot of great things I think we did where we pulled more and more stuff out and put it inside of Clyde. So Clyde has control of this warranty process for their clients. So it's really been a very interesting experience.
So in essence, I know that there are some extensions that are really just connecting API to API. This particular extension, it's interacting with the checkout where a shopper can add on a warranty or maybe the product display page.
Both products categories. So in a category display, when you add to cart, you'll get a modal or some sort of response or interaction to say, do you want to add a warranty to this? You can modify it in the cart as well. Once it's added, you can remove it, add it back. So it's a full interaction with all the touch points that you might encounter where you want to upsell a warranty, if you will, inside of the checkout process and buying process.
Yeah, I think Dan did a great job of seeing how what he had built was sort of the front end of this pretty massive software that we'd built at the back end to access all of our insurance partnerships, and taking the power of our matching tool that we had built, and porting it really easily over to Magento, utilizing what he had initially built as his extension.
That's really a match made in heaven. That rarely happens, I think. But tell me a little bit about what's actually interacting with Clyde servers, because obviously, adding an add-on product, a custom option or product option in Magento isn't necessarily unheard of. There's off-the-shelf native features for some of that. What's pulling from Clyde servers, and what information is transmitting back to Clyde through this process?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest benefits of working with our platform is that we've already gone out and built partnerships with top-tier insurance companies, onboarded their individual contracts, their products, their pricing. So when you install our extension, we receive all the information about your products and your catalog so that we can make intelligent decisions about connecting your products to contracts that are within our platform. And we give you access to our dashboard to be able to manage your margin, to be able to manage your individual products, how your call to action looks, everything that you possibly need to actually use to manage your warranty program. And when we say warranty, we mean extended warranty and also accident coverage for all sorts of different products. So it's really a full stack solution for front of the house UX UI, and also back of the house sales, product catalogs, matching to contracts, everything like that.
And I imagine that if you work with multiple different carriers of warranties and insurance policies, there's some choice there in which company a merchant is going to be leveraging. In essence, who's underwriting, so to speak. Does your team play a role, or does your system play a role in helping to match the user with a company, or do they have to go out and figure out some of that themselves?
So the user doesn't need to do anything. They install our extension and they can be up and running by the end of the day with this top tier insurance company or companies. Clyde and our team handle all of the interaction between a business and an insurance company. So depending on the size of a store or what it is that they're selling, it could be an extraordinarily easy launch where we get you up and running with the best pricing and the best customer service available in the industry, or it might be a longer process where we do custom pricing, have you introduced to the actual insurance company or administrator to develop a relationship with them. It really depends on the situation that we're working in.
Yeah, and I know that I think of these kinds of warranties and things when I think of products like electronics and appliances. A couple of questions around that. I mean, firstly, do you see a lot of adoption opportunities in other industries? Like, if someone's selling furniture, do you have solutions to?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can cover almost anything that's not a consumable. We focus right now on jewelry, furniture, appliances, and electronics. But we get all sorts of businesses reaching out to us with crazy ideas. And generally, because we have this portfolio of insurance companies, we can find the right insurer to work with your business, and we can facilitate that entire relationship. So there's no additional work that business needs to do except install our extension.
And in terms of the prices of what these warranties cost, obviously there's a price from the carrier. Does the merchant get to mark it up as they see fit? I know that for some businesses like electronics where there's slim margins, they're known to make their money on things like the accessories, the cables, the warranty.
Yeah. So every one of our merchants makes a pretty significant revenue from Clyde. So when you do an install with us and we match your products to contracts, we return what we call a wholesale cost back to you. That would be the premium. That business can add markup to that. That markup is entirely theirs to keep. They can control it within Clyde's dashboard, or they can actually enable our data science team to control it, where we tweak the price to increase conversion. So it's a free platform for our partners to use, and it's a net positive financial experience from day one.
Very interesting. And Dan, in this case, so this is connecting to Clyde's APIs. Which Magento API were you leveraging with this particular build?
From an API perspective, we don't interact with the Magento API too much. We do inside of the module pull the product catalog and push that over into Clyde so they can match and they can analyze and do all that magic they do in their platform. So that's part of the installation process. The catalog will get synced over, and then that'll determine which ones are going to get matched with contracts, which ones are going to have the upsell. So the other part of it, and then we interact with Clyde's API. So Clyde has a widget API that works through JavaScript. So on the product pages themselves, we're going right back into Clyde and asking if those things are matched. And if they're matched, then we would display the ability to either select a warranty or an upsell, but through a CTA, as Clyde likes to call it, the call to action. So they would have a modal that would say which one you want to select. And then once that's done, it kind of goes back into the Magento way where it's tracking that warranty SKU with that product and matches it up in the cart. So you can just have multiple products with different warranties, and it doesn't get confusing. Some cart scenarios would have warranties as separate items, and you didn't know which product it wanted. We nestle that together, so it's clear to the consumer. So,
and would you say that the submission process was pretty fluid between your two teams, maybe working together around the business and marketing information that needed to be submitted, along with the actual code and the code review process?
Yeah, I think it was really fluid. I mean, we were right on top of it. We were able to. Magento actually made a modification. They used to do it all linearly. So now they were actually able, right as we were doing this, they changed it so you can do it sort of in parallel. So the marketing material could be prepared and all uploaded into Magento as we were doing the tech submission. So it was like there were two kind of separate tracks that were able to come together, I think, right at the end there. So
yeah, and I know Magento 2.1 just went.
It was a pretty smooth experience for us.
Yeah, and so around the Magento versions, 2.1 just went end of life. For your new extension, do you know, is it it's approved for probably 2.2 and 2.3, maybe backwards compatible?
Yep, 2.2 and 2.3. 2.1 they actually removed all the support for in the store, so there's none that can claim.
Not even can't even claim it.
We probably actually work with it, but it's I can't even claim it right now. So
yeah, PHP versions and other issues where they needed to push users to upgrade. So all reasonable stuff for keeping the
it's probably a 4-year-old version. So
yeah, they put out a new version pretty much every year since 2015. So that's 2.1 would have been, I believe, somewhere in late 2016, maybe.
Yeah, so
around the top of my head.
Three-ish.
Yeah. I'll ask both of you. Did you either of you see any room for improvement in the process? It sounds like Magento themselves have had some improvement by moving from a linear process to being able to work on multiple parts of the submission requirements at once. Anything that you ran into, either time frames for responses or support or anything through there where you think that that they could continue to iterate their own processes?
This particular one wasn't too bad. I've had other extensions go through where I've had some issues, but this particular submission process was relatively smooth. There's a few automated tests that go in technically, which is helpful for us because some of those are expensive tests or hard tests for us to set up. For example, varnish caching and all that. So it goes through and they do some automated testing. We actually had a failure on it. We're able to pull it back, figure out what's going on, and made a fix. And those types of systems, we have the Magento cloud system that they give us for testing, which doesn't have varnish on it. So we're testing against a non-varnish system. So that those processes were helpful in this case instead of really a hindrance. There in the past has been a few issues where you get something that just you can't reproduce. They're saying there's a problem, but you're not able to reproduce it. And that for any developer anywhere, that's one of the most frustrating things is like, what, I don't know what actually the problem is.
Needle in a haystack. Yeah.
So you have to pontificate a little bit about what it could be. And in the past, I've had those problems where it's like you can't get to a common system or some place where you can actually see it. So that was that's a little bit of the kind of the buzz around the Magento Marketplace is those kinds of situations where you get that kind of a situation. So
yeah, I mean, well, they went from the Wild West of Magento Connect, where anybody could list pretty much anything, good, bad, or otherwise, and it had to be around the launch of Magento 2, somewhere around 2015, 2016, that they were releasing the marketplace, and just having code review and having standardization of some best practice has been huge, I think, for the community.
Right.
And the trust factor for the end user, for the merchants that are buying these extensions. So, yeah. It sounds like they're getting there little by little. I mean, they've had different rollouts themselves that they've had to allow for, but that's all pretty positive stuff.
I'm still surprised around my customer base, though, like and people that I've been engaged with to help out their problems with their stores and all that. How many people are sourcing extensions from just everywhere? So a lot of them aren't going through the marketplace. So the quality control on it is kind of like a little bit like you said, the Wild West, and that still exists out there. I think part of the goal of the Extension Marketplace was to have this sort of central QA and this sort of familiarity with like all the stuff has been gone through a certain process and quality control. But there's still people that are just buying them anywhere and everywhere, and there's all these places that you can just download them from their stores as opposed to the marketplace. So. Yeah,
I guess it's a 50-50 because I think that for paid extensions in the marketplace that Magento's taking their cut, as you'd imagine, they operate a marketplace.
Right.
So that means that the extension developers can offer discounts and sales and other things directly on their sites that compete with buying it from the marketplace. And, I think one of the biggest challenges that I've seen is sometimes not enough reviews in the marketplace that that these extensions have been used by large numbers of of store owners, but it's very hard to tell from the reviews or lack thereof.
Right.
You know, as someone that's searching for the best option, it makes it difficult. So I think that is a challenge for Magento to try to sort out how do they make their marketplace even more even more ingrained with the shoppers, the store owners that are shopping for extensions. It's a good research platform, but how do you get them to buy there? And I'm sure that that's something that must be talked about somewhere in the halls of Adobe.
Right.
Anywhere there's money.
It goes in the whole composer install process too. So I mean, if you're any familiar at all with like running a Magento store and managing code, one of the things that's nice is the composer process where you can actually just upgrade from the command line, and that's sort of built in the Magento Marketplace store. And one of these things are sourced out elsewhere. They all have different composer registrations, or they don't use composer. It's a download, a zip. So even from an update perspective, you can, in theory, if everything was friendly with composer and the Magento Marketplace, you could just run a few commands and your store updates and all the codes update. You don't have to go log into 10 places and find all this code. So
yeah,
that's probably a whole nother subject for.
Yeah, absolutely. And one that I'm sure, I know is talked about often in the community around Magento. Always room for improvement.
Right.
I would, let me ask Brandon. So you've been making this leap. Obviously, you've had time during the planning and submission process to think about how to best work within the Magento community. What have you done to engage with that community? Has building the extension pushed you to interact more with others in the Magento ecosystem?
Yeah, definitely. So we attended Magento Imagine this year, which was our first experience in the Magento community, and I think that was a really good way to meet people and hear a little bit about what it is that you guys are talking about right now. So that was a really good experience for us. And in building the extension, we've also had various conversations with all different kinds of retailers that are looking to a solution like Clyde. So, I think that I really look forward to digging in further with the Magento community, especially as we are troubleshooting different things that end up inevitably coming up with the actual integration. But can already tell there's a really good backbone to it, just from attending Imagine.
Yeah. And so, you've been chatting with merchants in the ecosystem. Would you say, obviously, there's a revenue stream here, and I think that the ease of installation, from what you've described, the ease of getting up and running within, at least of the platform itself within a day, having a prefab extension that people can install and work with, that should, speed time to market, of course. What are some of the other benefits? So obviously everyone loves to increase their average order value, increase their revenue. But would you say that that there are fringe benefits to having these types of add-ons?
Absolutely. Clyde is a microservice very similar to Affirm, I would say. And what you do by using our service is take this pretty massive operational project that you would have to build on your own, which is obviously a revenue driver, and offload it to a company that is solely focused on making it the best experience in the industry. So there's huge benefits with doing that. You mentioned the financial one, and that's sort of an obvious thing, but the thing that we actually talk most about, more than we talk about the financial benefits, is loyalty. So we found that Clyde does a really awesome job as a value prop to end customers, to increasing lifetime value of that customer. So again, that's lifetime value financially. So when the product breaks, we make sure that they purchase the product again from that business. So what we're doing there is making sure that they're continuing to use that brand, which is obviously good in terms of loyalty and lifetime value, but also giving that brand or that retailer another sale at MSRP. So it's useful things at play here that that make it a good opportunity for a retailer, not just financial.
And and that's interesting. I wasn't even really thinking along those lines as much, but I like that train of thought. In terms of conversion rate optimization, it's something that at JetRails we look at a lot because we're always looking at loading speed optimization. Faster the site's running, better the conversion rates, generally speaking.
Right.
So it's something that on the hosting layer that we look at a lot. But would you say perhaps have you seen any data that suggests that by differentiating, because I know that for years and years it stood out that when you're different than your competitor, you offer different solutions, better solutions, unique content, different things that it can affect the conversion rate. Have you seen any suggest that adding a warranty can do that in some industries?
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of the businesses that we talk to also sell on Amazon, and Amazon is doing that on all of their products. So it's a really great opportunity for a business to make the case for their customer to buy directly from them. So we actually see some of our customers are concerned about seeing a decrease in conversion because you might be potentially adding another step to the process. We either see no effect at all or an increase in conversion because there's an increase in confidence.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would think for especially the smaller, sort of businesses out there, it gives them a way to look and feel like Amazon. I mean, if Amazon's doing it, they're doing it. It gives them a little more trust factor, I think, just because people are familiar with the big brand name like Amazon, right? So.
Well, and that's the name of the game these days because, and we've talked about it a bunch of times on the podcast now, that with Amazon, they're your frenemy, that they own the customer. They're taking a cut, not to say that they don't earn something as the marketplace, that they don't bring something to the table, but you've got a lot of risk there in terms of your brand and your customer relationships. Things can disappear really quickly there. So, anytime that you can make the case that people should and could equally be buying directly from you, where they're going to get the same or better from you directly, that's, in my opinion, always a smart move for a merchant.
I would say like 90% of the merchants that we talk to, they're actively trying to take business more onto their own site than off and off Amazon, and use Clyde as one of the ways to do that.
And, I've never run into another product that directly competes with Clyde, which is rare because there are a lot of categories of SaaS solutions and what have you that integrate with e-commerce platforms, whether Magento, Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, you name it. Have you stumbled into a new niche, or are you sort of disrupting others that were already there?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the industry as a whole, like the largest companies in the world are doing what Clyde enables, and they're doing it because they have access to these insurance companies, and they're doing it because it makes them millions and millions and millions of dollars. It makes Best Buy, their warranty program, more than half of their annual profit. So you haven't seen another company like Clyde before, which is true. We're operating in a very white space, but we partner with these massive insurance companies that are operating with the top 3 retailers in the world. So we take that same type of access and make it possible for any business, and are working our way up because of how awesome our technology is to those larger enterprises as well.
And that makes sense. Basically, you're taking something that was available to some enterprises that could invest into the technology, and you're making it available to the mass market of e-commerce sellers. So that certainly makes an impact. For those sellers, is there sort of a smallest size business that you think you target well? Is there any kind of a risk of signing on with Clyde? Especially when you talk Shopify, I know often there can be some true, mom and pops starting up from their coffee table or their garage.
Yeah.
How do you?
We love it. I mean, we don't have a problem with that. The way that we view it is very similar to how Stripe views those companies, which is that, a mom and pop, Amazon started in a garage. and it's our goal to be alongside those brands from day one, which is why we've made Clyde open to be installed on Shopify, on Magento, and on the various e-commerce platforms that we're expanding to, in addition to our API and SDK. So there is no relaunch with pre-revenue businesses sometimes. It's not our focus of our sales team or of our engineering team, but we've built the platform purposefully to be open to any and all types of business.
That's very cool. I know that you're still early into the Magento community, so hopefully we'll have you back and sort of get to do the case study of, how year one in the marketplace went for you, and perhaps look at some of the partnerships and other relationships that you foster in the community. It's great for us to be able to get to know you from the ground here and to be here for that journey. Do you have any other thoughts that you'd add before we wrap for today?
Just that I look forward to connecting further with the Magento community. I think that we have a very transparent team and are more than happy to take people through a demo of our product. I know that it is a big decision to make, just like how integrating a firm or something like that might be a big decision. And we're here to be helpful as much as possible. And thank you to you, Robert, for hosting us.
Absolutely. And Dan, any final thoughts for us today?
Just to thank you for hosting us today. And also, I'm very excited to see what's in store for Clyde, because I think this is an actually very great niche for not only the Magento community, but the e-commerce community as a larger whole, to really have a platform like this to give them the power to do things like the big guys do. And I think even if you're big, you still need to be able to do something like this too. So it's anywhere in that continuum, I think it's great. And I think it's really exciting to be part of this. So.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for the day. For our listeners, please be sure to subscribe to the JetRails podcast so that you're notified of new episodes as they're released. You can follow us on Twitter at JetRails. We're on Facebook. We're absolutely on LinkedIn and very active there. And we love to hear from you. You can always visit our site, reach out to us. Any questions, thoughts on topics? We love to hear from our clients and our followers and fans. So be in touch, and we'll have a new episode for you soon. Happy selling.